podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.
PNR.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.
It's Friday, January 20th, 2017, and from eCinemaOne.com and Subject Cinema, we've got the 411 on all the films hitting U.S. theaters this week. This is 3 Minute Weekend. I'm T.C. Kirkham. 2 new films opened wide this weekend. Vin Diesel returns to one of the roles that made him a star. In XXX, The Return of Xander Cage, also starring martial arts superstars Donnie Yen and Tony Jaa, plus Nina Dobrev, Toni Collette, Samuel L. Jackson, and Ice Cube. Rated PG-13. And the film critics are calling writer-director M. Night Shyamalan's best film since The Sixth Sense, the horror thriller Split, starring James McAvoy, Anya Taylor-Joy, Haley Lou Richardson, Betty Buckley, and the director himself. Rated PG-13. 2 more Oscar films are going wide this weekend after limited runs. Michael Keaton is Ray Kroc in the biopic The Founder, also starring Nick Offerman, John Carroll Lynch, B.J. Novak, Laura Dern, and Patrick Wilson. Rated PG-13. And director Mike Mills' critically acclaimed comedy drama 20th Century Women, starring Annette Bening, Elle Fanning, Greta Gerwig, Billy Crudup, Thea Gill, Allison Elliott, Vitaly Andrew LeBeau, and Lucas Jade Zuman. Rated R. Opening in limited release this weekend, the documentary A Plastic Ocean, about the giant Pacific plastic garbage dump. Not rated. Global warming documentary Antarctica, Ice and Sky. Not rated. Horror thriller Arise from Darkness. Not rated. Horror film Axe Murders of Valeska, starring Robert Adamson, Jarrett Sleeper, and Conchata Ferrell. Not rated. Romantic comedy Bakery in Brooklyn, starring Amy Teagarden, Krista Rodriguez, Griffin Newman, and Ernie Sabella. Not rated. The Hurricane Sandy set Catch-22, based on the unwritten story by Sini Segru, starring Phil Burke, Brock Harris, Charmaine Starr, and Jace Bartok. Not rated. Action thriller Checkpoint, starring Kenny Johnson, Kane Hodder, Mindy Robinson, Tyler Main, William Forsythe, Fred Williamson, and Bill Goldberg. Not rated. Action thriller Detour, starring Ty Sheridan, Emery Cohen, Belle Powley, Jared Abramson, and Stephen Moyer. Rated R. Stoner comedy Dubious Sources, that's D-O-O. Not rated. Action thriller My Father Die, starring Joe Anderson, John Schneider, Kevin Cage, and Gabe White. Not rated. The award-winning and critically acclaimed animated fantasy The Red Turtle. Rated PG. Faith-based comedy The Resurrection of Gavin Stone, starring Brett Dalton, D.B. Sweeney, Angela Johnson Reyes, and WWE legend Shawn Michaels. Rated PG. Teen Girls Prison documentary Starless Dreams. Not rated. Award-winning French comedy Staying Vertical. Not rated. Madonna Dancer documentary Strike a Pose. Not rated. Drug counterculture documentary The Sunshine Makers. Not rated. Juvenile offender documentary They Call Us Monsters. Not rated. Crime drama Trespass Against Us, starring Michael Fassbender, Brendan Gleeson, Rory Kinnear, Killian Scott, Sean Harris, and Lindsay Marshall. Rated R. And push back at the last minute from last week, award-winning Mexican horror fantasy We Are the Flesh, starring No Hernandez. Not rated. Keep in mind that most indies spread slowly across the country. Although these films are officially opening this weekend, there is no guarantee that they will reach your local cinema for several weeks, if at all. Be sure to check your local listings for more on each of these films and their availability in your area, along with their possible availability on your favorite on-demand service, both online and from your local cable or satellite service. For the lowdown on what's hitting home video on DVD, Blu-ray, on-demand, Netflix, and Amazon Prime each week, check out Tuesday Digidex, your complete guide to all the new home video releases every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, available on this same feed through most podcast services, including iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Stitcher, YouTube, and many others, or directly from our website at eCinemaOne.com. Please remember to check out PNR Networks' premier weekly film podcast, Subject Cinema, with yours truly and my lovely co-host, Kim Brown. Now in its second decade, it's full of reviews, news, commentary, and we hope a whole bunch of laughs. You can check it out every Sunday evening at eCinemaOne.com and SubjectCinema.com, or subscribe through iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, TuneIn.com, YouTube, and many others. Just search your favorite podcast service for Subject Cinema. If you enjoy 3 Minute Weekend each weekend, please consider joining our Patreon campaign. Your generous recurring monthly support will help give us a chance to upgrade our equipment, bring you more news, features, and coverage, and make our current and upcoming shows and websites get bigger and better for you. You support a show you like, and we give you some cool perks in return. And you're not supporting just TMW, but all of the PNR Networks family. Monthly donations start at just $2, and we really appreciate your patronage and support. So become a Patreon supporter. Click on the giant orange Patreon button on any PNR Networks website, or go directly for all the scoop at patreon.com/PNR Networks. That's what's hitting theaters this weekend, courtesy of your new release news leader, 3 Minute Weekend. Join me every Friday morning for all the latest theatrical releases in the U.S., and don't forget to subscribe so you're up to date on the latest releases as soon as the show goes up. You can subscribe through iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Stitcher, YouTube, and other popular podcast sites, and also through Roku. Find out how to do that at the eCinemaOne website. For 3 Minute Weekend, I'm TC Kirkham, and as always, I'll see you at the movies this weekend.
Why haven't you seen To Kill a Mockingbird?
I was too busy rewatching the Marvel Cinematic Universe films again.
Why haven't you seen Mad Max?
Do you know how hard it is to track down a copy of The Return of Captain Invincible?
Why haven't you seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Did you know that Road to Perdition was originally a comic book?
Just go with big bodies of pain.
This is Bubba Wheat from Flights, Tights, and Movie Nights, and on each episode of Filmwise, my guest introduces me to a film that they're passionate about and I've never seen before, and in return, I introduce them to a comic book or superhero film that they're curious about. Find it every other week at filmwise.com, iTunes, or Stitcher.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.
Podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.